Episode 6 From Accepted Draft to Discounting. Soraya explains. In Episode 5, we saw that when Harborview sample importers signs the draft, they become the acceptor. That signature creates a legal obligation to pay at maturity. But what about Northbridge sample exporters? Do they simply wait 60 days for payment? Not necessarily. After acceptance, once the draft is accepted, Harborview sample importers is legally bound to pay at maturity. Northbridge sample exporters holds an accepted usance draft. Payment timing is fixed. However, liquidity is still delayed. The exporter's option. Michael asks, so Northbridge must wait 60 days? Soraya replies, they can wait, or they can convert that accepted draft into immediate cash through discounting. What is discounting? Discounting means Northbridge sample exporters presents the accepted draft to its bank before maturity. The bank pays face value minus interest for the remaining tenor minus fees. At maturity, the bank collects the full amount from Harborview sample importers. But funding is only part of the story. Risk is the real issue. With recourse, if the draft is discounted with recourse, the bank may claim repayment from Northbridge sample exporters if Harborview sample importers fails to pay at maturity. This means Northbridge receives early liquidity but ultimately retains the buyer's credit risk. Without recourse, if discounted without recourse, the bank cannot go back to Northbridge sample exporters if the importer defaults. The bank assumes the credit risk. Because of this, pricing and approval depend heavily on the financial strength of Harborview sample importers. If the draft is avalized, if a bank adds its aval undertaking to the draft, payment is backed by that bank. Now the risk shifts from the importer to the undertaking bank, which significantly improves financeability. Closing. Acceptance creates obligation. Discounting creates liquidity. Recourse determines who ultimately carries the risk. In trade finance, always ask, who pays and who bears the risk? Michael. Soraya, we've discussed drafts, acceptance, and discounting, but what rules are banks actually following in these collections? Soraya adds, excellent question. Behind every documentary collection is a global framework called URC 522. It is issued by the International Chamber of Commerce as ICC Publication No. 522, 1995 revision. In force since the 1st of January 1996. In the next episode, we'll explore how the 26 articles of URC 522 guide banks in handling documents, drafts, and responsibilities cross-border collections. Walk with me through 3 decades in trade finance, from the basics to real stories.